Season 3 just got 100% better with a huge patch. First, the jeweler that sells you the seneschal stone caches. Currently they cost 400 shattered stone, but this will change to 200, and instead of dropping one puny shitty stone, it's going to be dropping 2. That's a huge boost in how fast you will level up your abilities. Also, it's worded a bit vague, but this 30 out of 40 will change so that governing and tuning stones level up faster to feel more natural during your gameplay. Before you get mad because you have invested already some times in your stones, that isn't wasted. Behold, the experience changes apply retroactively. That means when you log in, your existing stones should be much higher level since the experience deltas are lower across the board. Can't wait to log in tonight and finally have everything level 10. Talking about governing and tuning stones, if you're doing whispers, yes, the season adjacent whispers like obelisks or Herald of Malphas, but in general, any whisper on the map, the caches from the tree of whispers will also drop governing and tuning stones. That's huge. Remember, going into a vault, here we're going to be taking the Vault of the Loom as an example, and then you're going to be spending your precious Pearls of Warding. And for a Nightmare Dungeon, you're going to spend around 6 for 18 stacks. Well, I have good news for you. If you go to the statue, it says 1 pearl, 3 charges. Well, this is going to be 1 pearl, 10 charges. Don't forget, you get 2 pearls at the end of the dungeon. So if I now go into a Nightmare Dungeon, I'm going to spend 2 pearls for 20 charges, beat the Nightmare Dungeon, and get my 2 pearls back. I can infinitely farm these vaults. There did used to be an annoying thing though, and that was the corrupted altar in the Vault of the Loom. Summoning Malphas is Pearls of Warding. What? And then you'll need to spend Pearls of Warding to also get all the loot in there? Bullshit. That's changed. There's a new item. It's called Igneous Cores. And the Igneous Cores are acquired by either killing Heralds of Malphas in the overworld. These heralds could be summoned at the Braziers, and they're going to drop now Pearls of Warding and have a chance for Igneous Cores. That's actually pretty damn good, right? On top, there is a boss that's roaming these areas. Every seasonal area where the leaf is, there could be a Son of Malphas going around. And that Son of Malphas will now always drop legendaries and have a chance for more legendaries from level 26 on. But he is also for certain going to be dropping Igneous Cores 100%, which makes the seasonal mechanic double worth it. Generally, be careful about Uber Malphas though, because they boosted his HP by 30% and increased his level from 85 to 100. So going in there with level 75, 80, you probably want to wait for at least 85 to actually kill him safe call. With good news on his loot as well, the drop rate of unique stones from Malphas get higher from 0.25 to 0.5. Unique stones should have a 10% drop chance because realistically, they are hard to acquire, but they're also part of the seasonal mechanic and everyone should have them at the end without a struggle, since it's part of the seasonal mechanic. When we had all the blood powers easy, I made that stone so hard. Bonus good news if you finally leveled one of these stones to max level. If you now find another one, so I have this Seeking Support 6 and it's going to be 10. If I find another Seeking Support, I get instantly 200 Shattered Stone, which then now allows me to craft a new chest for 200 instead of 400 and get 2 more stones, which could then be again the same 10 for another 200 Shattered. You see where this is going. Vast improvement. And we talked about that Son of Malphas. Always 2 to 3 governing and tuning stones from him now. Dude used to be completely useless because of the HP tank. Now if you meet him in the overworld, just absolutely nuke his booty. Generally, your time in vaults have been made easier. First, the grace period of losing warding stacks is now better. So if you get hit by a trap multiple times, you know, these dart traps that go pop, 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 pop. There is a little grace period that you're not straight up losing 3 stacks, you're going to be losing 1 stack only. And that got hired. After completing a vaults ending encounter, the final room, and yes, we have a video on the final rooms, by the way, to always beat them, there will be new chests spawning, and these new chests will drop a guaranteed legendary item starting from 26 plus, with a 35% chance for a bonus item, and probably also even more governing and tuning stones. Generally, the elemental hazard darts boop, 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 got reduced in speed. The hitbox of floor-based elemental grades was also reduced, and the flame or lightning spouting, frost spouting pillars, well, they have been also reduced hitbox wise, making it way easier to traverse through vaults without pain. Now, how does this path? You still focus from level 1 on the seasonal quest, Arcane Tremors, and also the Heralds. You want to get your construct as soon as possible, then you want to just finish these whispers, get the governing and the tuning stones from the Heralds of Malphas, and especially as you finish the whispers, just hand them in to also get more governing and tuning stones from the Tree of Whispers. And as we said, the Heralds of Malphas now have the Pearls of Warding that you will need from World Tier 3 on. I'll get to that in a second. And also will drop the Igneous Cores, which now are good for Uber Malphas. Why keep the Pearls of Warding for World Tier 3? You don't want to step into the vaults normal. It's just simply not that much worth it. Yes, you can get more governing and tuning stones, but realistically, just rush to World Tier 3 with the seasonal quest and the overworld. And then in World Tier 3, you can start doing the Nightmare Vaults. And in the Nightmare Vaults, you're getting 3 chests. One big for 10 Pearls of Warding, then a 4 and a 1. And now that Zoltan Kuld's Blessing provides you with 10 stacks instead of 3 stacks, things have gotten so much better to always get your loot. Hey, even if you have to invest 3 pearls, you get 30 stacks, you get the whole big banger loot. On top, there's still Helltides, and I would only do Helltides if they also align in general with Whispers. Yep, whenever there's a Helltide that doesn't have a single Whisper in it, I'm not even interested. I'd rather do Nightmare Vaults to get my 925 gear, or I'll do Legion events to get the blood so I can finally do Lord Zir. And then ultimately, when the Helltide has Whispers, also do the double trouble. Then you'll get more favors for more caches at the Tree of Whispers, and also for even more governing and tuning stones. End of the day, the goal is to have every single stone more or less at 10, because realistically, you can't target any stones. I mean, I want duration support maximum and I have it on 3, and I also want arcing and resource support up, but here I'm sitting with seeking support that I'll probably never use. It's a little bit of a bummer that you can't target it like you could with a previous season mechanic, but here we are. That's how I'm going to play now. All in all, kudos to Blizzard listening to our feedback. You might not like the seasonal mechanic. My main complaint was too few stones, too long to update, not impactful enough because it takes so long to update. Now with these changes, you get more Pearls of Warding or use less. It's easier to get to Malphas. All in all, you can upgrade your dude way faster and you can just have more fun with this seasonal mechanic. I think with another tune, this is going to be way better. This should just have been in from the start. Now, if you want to have the best Necro build in existence, or beat every single vault room, or beat the vault rooms every single time, there you go.